Ryan married a beautiful Blake, sexiest man in the world, all those things.
Oh,
and yet...
She is the sexiest man in the world.
Yeah. You've done well there.
That's a good shot right there.
Yeah. Look at you.
Look at you just...
Beautiful and happy.
Yeah.
Right? So annoying.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, yeah.
No, but to cheer us up, when you started kind of being interested in girls, you weren't as that cool or smooth with it.
No.
No.
No, not at all. I was.
Oh, I don't believe it.
No. I went through puberty at like 27. Really? It was a freak thing. Yeah, it was not good. Yeah.
Who's the girl in school? The first girl.
Well, I was obsessed with this girl, Fiona Gorczynski, who she used to take the bus the opposite way of my actual home, and I would get on the bus just to sit next to her.
Wow.
For 45 minutes the wrong way.
There's something wonderful about that.
There was something wonderful. Yeah,
I'm moronic.
Up to a point. I love it when you're young, it's so cute. When you're older, it's just stalking. You're like on some kind of watch list. And but I remember when I couldn't have been more than, I don't know, 11 years old, and I was just about to get off the bus because enough is enough. I'm about to enter like Seattle or something. So I'm starting to get off the bus, and I decided to like kind of hit her with like this cool look or something, like this, like one of these like real sort of Don Johnson, Miami Vice kind of thing.
Let me feel it.
Right? You feel that? Oh,
yeah. I threw up in my mouth.
I do this move as I'm getting down off the bus, and I sort of delay a little too long, and the bus doors close on my backpack. On my backpack. And the bus just starts to leave. I'm sort of like doing this job, like banging on the side of the bus. The bus driver finally stops, opens the door, releases my, idiot backpack, and I could never look at her again.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that was terrible. Yeah.
Well, she's looking at you now.
Yeah, she sure is.
Can you imagine? She's like, he's the guy with the backpack.
He's the idiot with the Ren and Stimpy backpack.
Before we do another thing, is there a doctor in the house? Why, yes, there is. Dr. Will Ferrell.
Wow.
Since you were last here, who made you a doctor?
The University of Southern California, which is my university in Los Angeles, and I received an honorary doctorate. They say it's honorary. I think it's for real. I've performed 13 successful surgeries since and 100 that didn't go so well. So I have a lot of malpractice issues.
Oh, yeah. But at these things, you have to make the kind of the inspirational speech. So what did you tell the young people?
I hadn't been put in that position before, because usually I just make fun of things, right? And that's easy, but then you have to be earnest. And that was a difficult task. So I just told them to keep your feet firmly planted on the ground and reach for the stars. Which I read on the back of a cereal box.
But then your speech took a very unexpected turn, I feel.
At the end?
Yes.
Yes. No, I thought I would inspire the graduating class by singing a Whitney Houston song to them.
Which one did you choose, Will?
The theme from The Bodyguard. Yes.
I Will Always Love You.
Yeah,
lovely.
I Will Always
That's
Love You.
Lovely,
yes. Yeah.
And now, apparently you sang the whole thing.
I sang... Well, I started thinking, do I just sing a couple of lines, or do I torture the students and their parents by singing the entire song? And I chose the latter.
It's not joking. We have a little clip. This is just a tiny clip of you. Actually, can I just say, you're rather good.
Oh, thank you. And I will always love
you. You get to wear the suit.
Yeah.
Which is a nice, kind of like, I'm wearing a suit.
Yeah. Well, it's like a big red body condom.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure. Call it a suit, whatever you want.
But Josh, it's really you that, like...
Hey! I'm really in the suit, okay? I'm sorry.
You should, put the suit on, sort of like
It's just
wiggle
like a
into it.
team of people that get that thing on.
Like
and I'm always so terrified I'll throw up in the mask or something.
sweat
I
in
have
it?
all these weird. Oh yes.
Sneeze?
There's
Do you
a
ever
lot
sneeze
of.
in the mask?
I have
You
all
did.
the time.
You have sneezed.
You have one of those
Remember that.
scratches that you just...
Yeah, no, nothing. There's nothing that can. There's no space in that thing at all. When I put it on, I can actually taste my own genitals. It's disgusting. It's just like.
Do they roll you in talc or something?
I do. That's just when I get home from my
The
wife.
smell of lavender.
Yeah.
On set. Because Will, you coach. You coach.
I coach. I've experienced the same thing. You forget.
He'd
that
be the
you're-
worst coach.
Why?
Because they could be down 20. Don't worry, guys, you're doing really good. You know what? There are a lot of positive things happening. Why are you crying? It's okay.
You learn more from
It's okay
defeat
that
than
Joey...
winning.
Have you ever said that out loud, Will?
Sadly, that's exactly my strategy. Yeah.
No.
But I did have a moment where I was screaming at my oldest son, who was 10 years old at the time, and I was like, Magnus! 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 And he stops in the middle of the game. He's like, what? And I realized I had lost my mind, and I just said, never mind. Just try to get closer to the ball. But it's hard. It's hard to not get wrapped up in the
And
excitement.
also, it must be hard because like everyone must recognize you at a game.
Usually, I was growing my mustache out for Anchorman 2 and coaching on the sideline, and the opposing coach was like, "You look familiar," and I go, "Yeah." And are you that actor? I'm like, I think so. And he said, "Is that mustache real?" I said, "Yes. Why would I be wearing a fake mustache at a kid's soccer game?"
It's happened.
Honey, hold on. I got to put my fake mustache on so that I'm unrecognizable.
Ryan, we don't think of Canadians as having accents, and yet you say
we do.
You've lost your accent, you would say.
Yeah, I sort of trained myself out of it, but you know, I go back home and it pops up again. It's.
That's all Ottawa.
Yeah.
I hear that's all Ottawa.
Oh yeah,
It's
right?
Ottawa.
It's all
I can
that's
hear it.
Ottawa. That's how we
Say
talk
about.
It's a well in Canada it's a boat.
And that's what I'm saying.
A boat.
Say it the
A
way
boat.
you say
What do you
it.
talk about? What are you talking about? But it's all my everything is. It's a bad word, but I'm sorry. So you handle everything with oh fuck, buddy.
And is it something about the Canadian accent that makes you a really bad liar?
Yeah, well, we're not good at lying or fighting, really. I mean, fighting is terrible.
That's good.
It's all slappy and it's not very sexy.
But weren't you caught at the border trying to lie?
Yeah. My wife is a foodie, and she loves these apple pies that they make at this place in Vancouver where I grew up. So we grabbed a bunch of them and we were driving back down to the States, and we were across the border. You're not allowed to cross the border with like
Yeah, that's
vegetables
illegal.
and all that. It's illegal, right?
Yeah, it's illegal.
But this guy knew something was going on, and we get up to the border crossing.
Pie smugglers.
Yeah, pie smugglers. I'm an actor. Like most like Hollywood actors, they have like a kilo of cocaine in their car. It's got pies, you know. But he knew something was going on, right?
He had the pie face.
Yeah,
He had the
totally had the
pie
pie face.
face.
It's like
He had a
terrible,
terrible
terrible
trouble with
line.
the
The worst
air
poker face, worst pie face on. He says, and my voice always gets really high when I'm like lying. He was like, "You got anything, any sort of fruit, any vegetables, anything like that?" I was like, "No."
Fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables.
And he's basically he just had me on the hook, and he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, I remember that. You remember that movie you did? That movie Just Friends?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "You know that song at the end of it where you sing that's I Swear by All for One?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah. Go ahead." No. Basically, he was saying, "Dance, monkey."
I bet you dance.
I danced. I was singing that thing in the best falsetto I had. And I was on my way through the border eating pie by the next stop.